Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind Network event on September 20th is going to be over the top. We've got a great lineup of speakers, but when we announce those two secret signature speakers, it's going to blow everyone's mind. Hey, Lucy Quinones passing by to encourage you to join us at this next event. We have literally seen the growth and exponential growth of businesses, communities, leaders, people that have built relationships, people that are now at a whole different place in their business, in their life, in their careers, because of the spirit and the unity and the atmosphere that has been evolving at this event. This is not just another gathering. This is not just another let's get together and network. This is an experience, and I want you to be part of it at the next one. Click the link and join us. Absolutely, absolutely, my friends. It is going to be an experience on September 20th that you do not want to miss. And today, in this marvelous space and place called Agents in the Trenches that we've been doing for so many weeks, where I think we're reaching our 100th week of doing this every week, nonstop, we are going to showcase, someone that is so amazingly influential, powerful, knowledgeable, and serving of our community that, you cannot miss this. So if you're watching us live, go ahead and hit hashtag live on the comments. We are now on Facebook, we're on groups, we're on YouTube. So I want you to go gather everyone and say, hey, let's watch who Lucy is going to be interviewing, because this is a phenomenal human being. This is someone that I've admired so much from far away. But before we enter that space and place in Agents in the Trenches, I want you to drop some comments. I want you to tell me where you're watching from. I want you to say hi. We'll say hi back. I want you to go ahead and, just ask us questions. Tell us how you're doing. We know we're living in a new world of real estate around the nation. Especially here in Southwest Florida, we're all needing to be part of something more than just us. I think the days of being a Lone Ranger are over. It's not just what we know, it's who we know and what we're doing together. So to kick this special moment off and to get ready for this incredible human that we are going to be interviewing in just a couple of minutes, I want to bring on my running partner. You guys know her, Miss Talia Miranda. How are you, Tali? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm alive, excited, and full of energy. I feel so honored and blessed that, we are reaching a new level. We're reaching a higher level that we didn't even know we were going to get to when we first started this almost, 2 years ago, right? And here we are. So what should people be expecting about Agents in the Trenches today?
They should be expecting just a big bang. I think that's the best way to put it. Just expect a big bang, because that's exactly what we're bringing today. Powerful women, gathering up and, just sharing their knowledge and expertise and everything. So I'm super, super excited.
I think the most incredible thing that I'm expecting is, for the very first time, I've been doing this for almost 2.5 decades. Everybody knows a little bit about my story, but if they don't, I got into real estate when I was totally broke, busted, and disgusted. Like, this was my saving grace. And, throughout the years, I've met so many people, and we all know that there's so many people in the real estate industry. Between Naples and Port Charlotte, we've got over 20,000 plus real estate agents. And, and then in the mortgage world, we have, thousands of, loan officers and brokers and mortgage lenders and mortgage people. But, there are those that set themselves apart. There are those that have not been doing this just to do something to make money. There are those that I really believe God put them in their purpose, to live their purpose out on purpose, as I like to say. I consider myself that human now. And I recognize in others their trajectory. And I'm just so honored that I have a platform like Agents in the Trenches, that we've built a platform like the Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind Network, that has such a powerful vision, which is to, build community, and to collaborate and to co-create, and most of all to co-elevate. So today we are going to have the wonderful opportunity of inviting a dear friend, someone that I've admired from afar for a very long time. And, through the ups, the downs, through the markets going sideways and no ways, and through the fire and the bliss of real estate throughout the years, this person has maintained and has been a role model and has scaled. I mean, I've got stories that I could share. And this is someone that, hello, I admire from afar, and life brings us back together, and then we go our separate ways and life brings us back together. So I'm really excited about this next interview, Dali. So, I think what should we do next? I think we should bring a teaser. Yeah. And I know many people, and guys, share this live right now. Click the little arrow at the bottom, hit share, give us some hearts. Let's bust the algorithm. And what should we do?
Let's give a teaser.
All right, let's see this commercial.
My name is Lauren Maxwell, and I am with the Maxwell Mortgage Team in the state of Florida for 36 years, and I help people finance the American dream. Let me help you. I look forward to meeting you.
I just got goosebumps. I help people finance the American dream. That is music to my ears as a first-generation immigrant. So without further ado, a number 7 in the country for loan originations and making the American dream a financial possibility. We've got the one and only, the Queen of Mortgages, Lauren Maxwell.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
It's so good to see you, Lauren. How are you feeling today?
I feel great. I'm honored to be here, Lucy. Your energy is infectious. I love running into you again. Like you said, we lost touch for a little while, and then all of a sudden you reappeared, and you're like this national star, and I love it. And it's fun to watch you, and I love who you are.
Oh, and I am so honored to be, part of your inner circle, someone that you appreciate, and like you just said, someone that, you feel happy to see. So let's go ahead and kick it off with, who is Lauren Maxwell?
Lauren Maxwell is a mom, a wife, a grandma, and a mortgage master.
Tell us more.
So, people, they see me now, and yes, I've been here for 36 years and I do a lot of business. So people see me now and I think they think I was born this way, or this is who I've always been. But as we know in life, we grow and we all decide who we're going to be in life. But I started out in this business 37 years ago, the day after I graduated high school, making $17,000 a year. I thought I was super rich. And truthfully, I was. And just like I'm the same today, I am rich because I have a phenomenal family. I love what I do every day. And I think because I've always loved what I do and I've done the same thing and I've learned from the ground zero, that I still love coming to work every day. So I just grow and I've learned and I love what I do. And people say to me all the time, Lauren, why do you still do what you do? Or how do you stay on top? Or why do you work so hard? Why do you still go to all these events and work 14 hours a day? And truthfully, it's because I still love it. And when I saw that commercial, I love every day helping people attain that American dream, because there are so many people who I meet that do not think that they could do it because they walk into a bank and those bankers tell them that they need 20% down, or they need 700 credit score, and they need to be on their job for all this time. And it's just so not true. So I give people hope. I give them encouragement. And if I can't help them today, I am going to guide them so that at some point, whether it's in 30 days or a year, they are going to be a homeowner. And I will take that to the bank.
Wow. I remember, let's go a little bit back. I remember you were at a NAREP Naples event. I'm going to say in the year 2020, maybe, 2020, let's just say somewhere around there. And you were called on stage. Obviously, you take pride in not just serving your community, but contributing. You're always a major sponsor. You're always someone that is putting, that support out there. And you walked on stage and you were speaking. And I said, wow, what a powerhouse woman. What an amazing human. What a rock star. What a role model. So, you haven't been doing this alone. Tell us a little bit about how you became the master, because people see your glory, but they don't know your story. And I know you're going to be one of our speakers at the up and coming Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind. So, I want to sit there and just take it all in, because I think, your voice has a strong message. I believe that your voice is empowering to others. I believe that what you have done in the last 37 years needs to be told more often, because it hasn't always been a walk in the park. Take us back a little bit to how Lauren became who Lauren is today.
Well, it was definitely not overnight. And I share this because, I interview people all the time. I have people call me all the time. They got their license, so they want to come work for the Maxwell mortgage team. I started this in 1987. So again, I worked from, whether it was answering the phones or processing loans, from everything. And I didn't really become my own branch until 1996. So let's do the math. It's 9 years of me learning every part, every piece of the mortgage business. And I didn't set out to say, oh, I'm going to be, this powerful woman or this successful woman or do more mortgages than anybody. I really just did what I did because I loved it, and it grew with me. So I grew with mortgages, but mortgages grew with me. It wasn't an overnight success, and I didn't have a goal. Like I said, people now, they want to make money. They want to be successful. Back in my day, we wanted a job when we got out of college. Okay. I didn't even know what a mortgage was, but I got hired. So I said, okay, I'll learn. So I think it is still loving what you do, caring what you do. And you have to think it's not transactional. It's not just about the next deal. I'll do a loan at a $75,000 manufactured home. It doesn't matter about the money, because that person who I'm going to help, and they're going to be happy and they're going to own a home, they're going to tell 10 people, whether it's their family, their friends, people they work with, people they see on the streets, because they're going to walk away from that deal so happy that somebody took the time and helped them with a loan. So that has I have found that I love what I think I do most, of helping people, them being excited, them calling me, sending me a picture. Oh my God, Lauren, look at the house, running into them in a store, them giving me a hug. I mean, it is so gratifying. And again, it's not about money. And I think we've lost that in this, I hate to say this generation, because there's so many people, and I'm sure there's exceptions out there, but that is true. You have to do it because you love it and want to help people. And that's what I do. I really love to help people. And that's my dream. And that's my legacy, that I tell people when they bury me, I want to be known as Mortgage Master and Magnificent Mother.
Ah, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. What do you think, Dali? Isn't that powerful?
It is powerful. Lauren, I just would love to ask you, so why mortgages? Like, what really piqued your interest when because you said you got out of high school and you went straight to mortgages. Well, so how did that happen?
Not high school, thank you very much. But I graduated. I got 2 years of college, and then my mother, we were living in Massachusetts, and my mom's friend, who she grew up with from grade school, happened to have called her and said, oh, what's Lauren doing now that she's graduating? She goes, oh, she'll be looking for a job, or she'll go back to school. And she said, well, have her call me. I'm going to have her interview with one of my guys. She was the first woman mortgage banker in the state of Massachusetts. Her name is Karen Glazer. She only retired 6 months ago. Anyway, the bottom line is she sent me on an interview in a town about 30 minutes away from me, and they're talking to me about mortgages. Now, you have to understand, they're talking about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and I'm thinking, Fannie Mae, what do chocolates have to do with mortgages? You have to remember, I'm 19 years old, you guys, okay? I'm 19, just got out of college, but they hired me. I was cute. It was a sales position. And what happened was I loved it. And back then we would knock on houses. That's where real estate agents have their business in their houses, and they had 3 or 4 people. And I would go there with a rate sheet. Okay. I didn't really know what I was talking about, truthfully. I'm sure you see that in a lot of new loan officers now, right? But they're nice. So I was nice and friendly. So they would give me deals. Well, I would take in 10 deals and I would only close one. And it was
Wow.
really frustrating because I would take it to a processor or to an underwriter and they would tell me all the reasons why. So I did that for about a year. And then I moved to Florida and I decided, you know what? I am going to learn from the ground up. So I actually went, and that's when I went back and I took a job in the paperwork part of it, the most important part of it, from the processing to the operations to the closing department to the underwriting department. I took every class there was: underwriting the self-employed borrower, learning about FHA case numbers. So I got all of this experience, and I did that for until I became a branch manager of my own branch in 1996. Is when somebody approached me. I was working for an ops manager for a builder, and they said, "You're wasting away here. You have a lot of talent. I want to teach you how to run your own branch." And they did, and I actually never looked back. However, it wasn't overnight. Again, I was the one there. I would go home. Back then I had 2 young children, and I would go home, put them to bed, get them all ready, and I would go back to the office till 2 a.m.
Wow.
I was busy. I couldn't afford to have all the, assistants back then. I'm building my brand. And so it does take a village. I can tell you I had a wonderful, supportive husband at the time. Being with a partner, no matter if you're a man or a woman, if you are not with somebody who is going to support you, I can just tell you, you are with the wrong person. And I'm going to share that from a woman experience, from a man experience, because I have a lot of men who work for me too. And it is a downfall. So if you want to grow, you want to be successful, you want to be able to help the world one loan at a time, you need a partner. If you want a partner, you don't need to do it alone. Okay. Mm-hmm. You can have your friends and your family, but you have to have friends and family that lift you up and support you, not drag you down, tell you what you can or can't do, say, "Oh my God, you have to sit by my side." I mean, my husband goes out with me. He was with me at an event last night. I'm never with him. I'm out there. I'm still socializing. I'm meeting people. I'm shaking hands. And I love it. And, and he is very independent guy, so he can still be there to support me and lift me up, but not be there as an insecure mate who wants to make you, the person, feel bad because you're popular or you're busy or you're successful. You need somebody to empower you. And I can't stress that enough, because I believe that 50% of the people, real estate agents and in mortgages, don't succeed because they are with somebody that is not the right person for them, who's not there to lift them up. And I'm sure, Lucy, you know that. I've seen you with your husband.
Girl.
Biggest cheerleader.
Girl. If it wasn't for my number one fan, my husband, I would not be who I am today. I would not have been able to live out my dreams. I would not be able to be still building, that destiny that I've always dreamt of, and becoming the person, the human that I am. If it wasn't for him, he's my number one fan. So I definitely agree. Hey, shout out, Thalia. There's some people that have joined. I want you to give a shout out to the people that are joining us. And I want to encourage everyone to, share this, because we've still got a couple more minutes to go here with Lauren, the master of mortgages, the woman that is, empowering families financially to be able to make the American dream a reality. So let's take 2 seconds to give a quick shout out to everybody that's watching.
Yes, awesome. Well, shout out to Brianna. How you doing, girl? Shout out to Marissa.
Yes.
And Carly, if she's still on. Hi, Carly. How are you? And if anyone else is on, just go ahead and say hey real quick so we can give you a public shout out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and just type in #live if you're still here.
Yes. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for sharing. So, Lauren, you always have a very unique perspective when you talk about the people that you help. I mean, I'm going to say it. You are a multimillionaire. You are a woman that doesn't have to do what you do. You don't have to be at the office every day like you are. You don't have to do a lot of things, but you continue to do it. And one of the things that I admire the most, and I can tell everyone, listen, I got invited to your very intimate circle, private party at your home. And when I left, I was like so inspired by you, by your circle of family, by the life that you have created, by the atmosphere that you have built with your heart and very hard work. But you always say, you're willing to help someone that's buying a mobile home, and you're willing to help someone that's buying a mansion. Tell us a little bit about what fuels that passion for you.
Well, really, it's how I got my start. So when I became more successful, is I was the only person doing FHA loans that really knew how to do them in the community. So I was working in a trailer. I was putting my kids to bed, going back and working in a trailer in Naples Manor. Now, for any of you who know Naples Manor, especially back in the late 80s, early 90s, it wasn't the safest area. But I was invited. I had a Spanish-speaking realtor who was very successful, and she was helping the community. And then I had a Haitian real estate agent. He's still doing business today. Homer Hippolyte. He still comes into my office. But anyway, so I had a line of people. Back then we didn't have computers. I was taking loans by hand with the credit report machine that would pull out. And really, they were so excited to just have somebody to talk to them and guide them. And it was just such a pleasure because, first of all, they made me successful because I could close these loans. They weren't hard to close. They just were never educated on what they needed to do and had anybody who sat down and actually spoke to them. So I had Tracy translating, Homer translating, but we communicated with smiles and love. And I'm just going to share, I do their children's homes and their grandchildren's homes now, and they've bought multiple homes. So I still work with a lot of these people, but that community made me who I am today. So the reason, that's why I still, 65% of my business is still all Latin. Most of my employees, I have 68 employees and 55 of them are Latino. Okay. So that's why, not that I won't do $1 million loan, I'll do it for anybody, but I still love, that's my bread and butter, is the first time home buyer, me being able to educate them. And truthfully, they're much more grateful and thankful. And I do this not, like I said, not because I have to anymore, but when they need me. And I like to be needed, because anybody can do a simple loan. If you have 20% down and you need 700,000, you make $1 million a year, whatever, anybody could do that loan, right? So those people aren't grateful to me. They're nice to me, but they're not grateful. I love being able to help people who need me, that are excited, because they fuel something in my heart that I like, and I help them with home ownership, building their dream, and then I teach them how to buy multiple homes. So that's what I love to do, and that's what I do it because I love to do it. Again, I did also, people don't realize this, but when the market crashed in, for 2007 for me, 2008, that was after I was doing it already for over 20 years, and I lost everything. So one of the things I'll speak about, on our session when I'm speaking, is that just because you lose everything, you can't give up hope. It's the only thing I still knew how to do, and I grew it, again, one loan at a time, and now I do 4 times more business than I ever did. And I was just ready. I said, you know what, I'll live less. I sold my big house. I changed my lifestyle. I said, I'll live on 3 loans a month. I can do that. So, now that I close 40 or 50 loans a month, which is, again, a dream come true, but it was nothing I was striving for. It just happened because I stayed my path. I also do see a lot of people who want to do insurance. They want to do title. They want to be a realtor. They want to be a mortgage person. They want to have their foot in a survey company. I am only going to share with you, none of my relatives can have their real estate license, because this is my lane. So if you work in my world, you stay in your lane. We concentrate on mortgages. I have people call me, get your real estate license, we'll partner up. Get your title license, we'll partner up. Let's open an insurance company. No, thank you. I want to give back. You be a successful realtor and you make your money there. Let me help you get all your commissions. I will do my stuff and stay in my lane. Your insurance companies can do their world, surveyors can do their world. So I just believe it's so important, because I've never met somebody, I'm sure they're out there, but I haven't met them, who is a multimillionaire who is a real estate agent and a mortgage person and a title person.
Yes, I totally agree. I believe in diversification, but we cannot be the one, being a jack of all trades. So I totally agree with that, Lauren, and I appreciate the fact that, you know, you're sending this message. In closing, because we could be here for so long, but I want to respect your time. I want to respect the fact that, you know, you paused your day, because I mean, I went to your office as well, right? I've been in your world, and I mean, it is nonstop. It is a total buzzing. What is the message that you want to send out to this new generation of real estate industry professionals? I'm just going to say everybody, because we see it all. We see it in real estate, we see it in mortgages, we see it in title, we see it everywhere. People are getting into the business. They want to make the fast cash. You just said, for the people in the back of the room, I'm going to say it louder. You had 2 small kids. You would go home, you would be a mom, and you would go back and work until 2 in the morning. I was married. I had 2 little kids. I would go home, I would pick them up, I would take them home, and many times I would come back. But most of the times what I did, my MO was, I would wake up at 5 in the morning. I would put on the slow cooker, right? That crock pot. And I would be at the office by 6:30 in the morning working. So listen, it's no coincidence that 2 women that have been extremely blessed in the real estate industry started with 2 little kids, right? Because they weren't born big and raised.
Right.
But we have similar stories where, hey, we had to use our children not as an excuse, but as a reason. So what is your message for the multitude, because it's the majority of people that get into the business with the wrong mindset?
Be accountable, be kind. It's not just about you. Don't just think of your own world. So many people, it's only about them. They don't think about anything else. Think about giving back to your community. Answer your phones, answer your emails. When somebody asks you for something, say yes. I don't care if they need something and it's as small as a $10 gift. People, want sponsors, people need help doing something, or you can give of your time. Just be involved in your community, and don't do it just for the next dollar, everything you do. And we just, we're living in an instant selfish generation now. Again, I'm sorry for you young people, because I have kids who are young too, but it's all about what you learn at home. When I tell you, if any of you ever met my children, you would never even know that, well, first of all, they don't have $1, because when people say, oh, you're rich, and I say, tell them to go look at your bank account, because you have $62 in it. This is, growing up. But I am very hard on my children. I have in their 30s, but I also have a 15-year-old. A lot of people don't know that. I had a late baby. We call her our martini child. Anyway, I check her grades literally every other day. I have a phone here. Her app is on my phone. If a grade falls below a grade, she can't, do everything that she would normally be able to do that weekend, because there's accountability. Her one job in life right now is to study and get the best grade she can, so she can have a good future, because I know she happens to want to be a vet. Now, college isn't for everybody. If one of you guys, if you said your kids want to be in sales and they want to go in real estate, it's not as important. However, business classes are. So their one job in school is to either do a sport, play a music instrument, do something aside from school. And I'm very, so I'm very hard on my kids, and people don't realize that. They are accountable to me, because guess what? While they live in your house and while you support them, they are my rules, period. All right. People want to be best friends with their kids. There were many times my kids hated me growing up. I'm okay with that. They're my best friends as adults. I did my job. If I died tomorrow, my kids are wonderful, independent children. They'll miss me, but they're going to be fine, because I taught them those things. And people want to be their best friends, and they don't want to, when they're bad at school, they want to blame the teacher. They want to blame another kid. I mean, I'm sure that happens, but be hard on your kids. You can love them, but in a hard way. Love them, but give them rules and accountability.
Amen to that, girl.
Truthfully. All right.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I mean, wow. And you know what? Oh, my goodness, I could not have said it better. You could go read my daughter's post. I shared a post because it was saying about how her and I on Facebook had been friends for like 12 years. And I wrote on there, exactly this. It has been an honor, it has been a blessing to be, your mother, your role model, your guardian, your intercessor. And the word friend went through my mind. I said, I've never been my daughter's friend. My job is not to be my daughter's friend. My job is to be the only human that will leave her empowered to be the best human that she can be.
Amen.
So I agree with you, girl. I agree with you. I admire that. And yes, and I say that to people, listen, discipline your kids, because if you can't discipline and tell them what to do at 2, you ain't going to tell them what to do at 12 or at 20.
That's for sure.
Lauren, I want to publicly thank you so much for this moment, this time. I want to encourage everyone, grab your tickets. Lauren will be one of our signature speakers at our up and coming Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind. I invited you because I said this woman has a powerful message, and I want you to rock that stage with everything but mortgages. We want to know the who, the what, the how, and the why you are the woman you are today, the mother you are today, the wife you are today, because you are so supportive of your husband as well. He serves publicly, in the community. We want to know that side of you, right? Because you're always up there telling people what you do and how you can help people. But I think that it's time for us to meet the human inside of you. So how do you feel about that opportunity coming up?
I actually said, so my son works for me here. And I said to my son, because when I speak at all of these events, or just like here, when somebody says, oh, I'm going to tell you, please don't, because I can't work like that. I have to speak from my heart, just like I do mortgages from my heart. So I said, I think I might have to I don't like to talk about me. If you ask me a question, I'll answer. But again, I like it. I'm working with people. It's about you, right? I want to know your stuff. How can I help you? So I said, you might have to give me some posts so I don't lose track, because I have so much. Obviously, I'm going to be 57 years old. I've had a lot of stuff in my life with ups and downs. And, I don't want them to think my life was always perfect. So it's going to be interesting. I have to figure out how to do it and to keep you guys engaged, because it is funny. I make myself laugh. Like, my kids know, at Mom's eulogy, we have all these funny stories, simple one. Money doesn't grow on trees, just funny things that your kids have of you. But I have a fun story. It's real. I don't make anything up. And I've been through a lot, good and bad. And I'm going to share the bad, because listen, if you don't have bad times, guess what? You cannot appreciate the good, and then you'll never be grateful. So I literally, on the way to school every day, driving with my daughter, we pray. And I just talk about, being grateful, because there's so much to be grateful for, aside from the fact that we live in Florida.
Yes. And, as we're speaking, I just want to say this, you were the person when we decided to help our son purchase his very first home, right? Because we told our kids, we're going to leave you a legacy, and it's going to be, you're going to buy a home. You are going to buy a home, and you're going to go adult, right? You're going to go know what it is to adult. So, first it was my daughter. She's always kind of taken the lead. And then it was my son, and you were the person that, God put in our path to help my son buy his first home. And that was, 3 years ago.
I love it. Well, we need to do another one, because I like them to do 5 homes in 5 years. Let them build financial freedom.
There you go. So we got to do it again, and we are going to do it again. And, thank you so much for being here. Again, I can't wait to hear you speak, and I know you're going to bring a powerful message. So if you are someone or anyone in Southwest Florida, you must be at the up and coming Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind to hear. Is this going to be the first time you speak about everything about you, and no mortgages? This is just going to be about you?
I did a Power Woman about 2 years ago. It was the first time for me. And it was just in a group of women, about 4 women. That was fun. It was part of a magazine, but I haven't done this often. How's that? Like I said, I speak even at my wedding. Do you know what I did before I said my vows? My husband's so beautiful, and he says these things, and he's crying, and I'm not good at this. Okay, so I go, okay, I'm not good at being, mushy or talking about personal stuff first. Does anybody need a loan? I literally said it. And then I got to say my vows. So I'll practice a little bit, but truthfully, I'll really just have some note cards, but I have to speak from my heart. Who knows what I'm going to say? I really don't know.
Well, we shall see. And we're going to have a full room of frontline business leaders, men, women, aspiring people. So We shall see you there next. Thank you so much. And thank you for sponsoring this up and coming Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind as one of our platinums. And we're so happy we got to interview the real Lauren Maxwell, the master of mortgages, here today. Thank you, everyone. We'll be right back. Thank you, Lauren.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lauren Maxwell, and I am with the Maxwell Mortgage Team in the state of Florida for 36 years, and I help people finance the American dream. Let me help you. I look forward to meeting you.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And guys, we're going to be seeing that commercial for the next 6 weeks, because as a platinum sponsor, someone that stepped up to the plate and say, I am supporting financially this vision, this mission, and this gathering, that is one of our, gifts, and we do it from the heart. So who do we have up next, Sally? What else are we talking here today? This was an amazing interview, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to hear Lauren speak at the mastermind and really get to know her a little bit more, because I just recently met her not too long ago. So this is going to be super cool, and I can tell that she is a powerful woman. So these are the type of people that I'm so happy to be around. So I'm really excited about that. But
Awesome.
yes, up next, I'm also really pleased to bring up somebody who we recently also came into our life as well, and she is a go-getter. She's a trailblazer. I mean, I've spoken to her a few times already, and every time I speak to her, I just I feel so much passion for what she does. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring Brittany McCormack to the stage. Hi,
Hey,
Brittany.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. And Brittany, for everyone that's watching, was part of our boot camp, I believe is where I first met you, right? We met you at the boot camp. You showed up. And at the end, Brittany was like, how do I stay part of what you guys do and how you do it? And so we invited you to be part of our Southwest Florida Real Estate Academy mentorship, interactive mentorship. So
Yeah.
Sally, tell us a little bit about more, because you're the one that leads that program. You're the one that leads that opportunity for local real estate agents, regardless of where they work, who they work with, their company color, logo, affiliation, name. Tell us what you guys have been working on behind the scenes.
We've been working on a lot. But first, before I get into that, I would love Brittany to just take a minute or so to just introduce herself. Tell us a little bit about you, Brittany. What do you do? How long you've been doing it? And why did you get into it?
So I'm Brittany McCormack. I've been an agent going on 6 years now. I started when I was in my 20s. I really wanted to do something that I knew that I could help people. And I know real estate was a great way to do that, be able to help guide people into home ownership and protect them throughout the transactions. So so I've been doing that for 6 years, and I haven't looked back, and I've been very passionate about it since.
Awesome. Well, yeah, Brittany, you and I, we've been meeting on a weekly basis, and we've been just talking about real estate, right? We started with we're doing the mentorship program. And so a part of the mentorship is us getting together, right, for our accountability huddles. So, we go over the numbers, right, what she did throughout the week. Where did she win? Where did she, needs a little bit of improvement on? And what are we going to be working on for the next week? So, it's fresh. I think we're on week 3, if I'm not mistaken. So right now, what I'm telling her is we're just gathering data, right? We're gathering data, and really so that we can get hone in on what it is that she's super good at, and so that she can focus. And just recently, on Saturday, she reached out to me via text message, and she's like, oh my gosh, I just wanted to share with you. I got a listing out of the calls I've been making, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so stoked, and I can't wait to hear more about it. And yeah, we spoke about it on Monday, but I don't want to tell the story. Like, I want Brittany to kind of like give us like a really quick version of it, because not only did she have like a really big win with this, but she also kind of struggled a little bit before. And I found this so interesting because a lot of real estate agents find themselves in that same position. I know I have, right, where we kind of like battle our own mind. But then Brittany, she won that battle and she went out and she got it. So I just want her to tell us a little quick snippet of that story, and then we can dissect that a little bit.
So I've been trying to get myself to do cold calling for a while, and that's especially why I did like the mentorship, and you guys have us do it an hour and a half a day. So this day I was so exhausted and I didn't want to finish. I only did like 30 minutes, but it was like the end of the day and I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do the hour and a half. I'm not gonna listen to my excuses. I was like, oh, I could just relax. I work all week. Anyway, so I called the expired listing and she was ready to meet. I met with her on Saturday. It's in the senior living community. So there's a lot of like HOA dues and like restrictions and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure I knew exactly what I was walking into, because I want to make sure I know the community like the back of my hand. So I was nervous about that, and I was like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't have enough time, and it was like 7 o'clock at night, and I was going to meet her in the morning the next day. And I was like, I can't really research that much and stuff, but I did it anyways, pushed myself to do it. I went to the meeting. And I actually couldn't find her actual location in the beginning. It was saying for me to go like in the pond or something. So there was so many like no's, like you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this. And I'm like, no, I'm going. So I found her and we met, and it was a great meeting. And she said that she was actually going to interview for other candidates, and she wasn't planning on signing, but she liked me within a few minutes. And she signed the listing agreement. So
Awesome. I absolutely love that. You were listening to a master. I mean, she put it best as it could be put, a master in mortgages, a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. And you heard her say, the first thing she said when I said, okay, what's the message you want to give to the new generation of real estate professionals out there, regardless of if they're in the insurance business, mortgage business, title business, mortgage, real estate. She said, be accountable. So I want to ask you, how has the accountability that we've been able to give you through the mentorship with Talia at the academy helped you? What would you say are 3 things that that you can sense, feel, and identify have been those key components that the accountability that Talia has been giving you through this mentorship program given you?
Yeah, so it helps you not listen to your excuses, because you have a plan. So you're like, okay, I got to do these things to, get to complete it that day. So normally when you don't have a plan, it's easier to get excuses, to fall into those. So one thing is definitely accountability. The second is confidence, because you show up when you don't want to do things. So that causes you to be more confident. And the third one, I would just say growth. Like it just helps me grow as a person overall.
Wow.
I love that.
So accountability, confidence, and growth, right? Accountability, confidence, and growth. So that is so powerful. Now, we're doing it for 90 days. But let me tell you a little bit of behind the scenes. After 90 days of being part of the interactive mentorship program, and I have to say interactive because a lot of companies they say they have mentorship, but it's more of a 411 operator. Call me if you have a question, text me if you have a question, let me know when you have a question. And our mentorship is interactive. It is boots on the ground. It is, you're doing something, right? We're connecting with you. We're not going to wait for you to ask us what you don't know. You need to ask us. But really, after the 90 days, like Talia was saying, you're just going to have your tracking. After 90 days, right? The first go around, you're going to have a benchmark. But the real game, the real play begins once you have that benchmark, because like you just said, now you're going to be more confident. Now you're going to have a game plan. Now you're going to know what to do, and you're going to be accountable. But then after that is really when you're going to build the traction. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what's happening. I'm excited that Thalia is leading the way with this very innovative program in our community, because a lot of agents need mentorship. What would you say to the agents that are out there? I mean, you've been doing this 6 years,
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you're doing it, because it says a lot about you. It says a lot about, where you want to take yourself. And it says a lot about your commitment in the industry. And a lot of people may think, oh, well, I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been doing this for 4 years. So I don't need mentorship. That's for the new agents. What would you say from your perspective?
I say you always do need mentorship, because you can learn from anybody. There's always room to grow and always more to learn. So that's why I joined, was because I felt like I learned all that I could at that moment, like where I was. So I was like, okay, I need to go and find other ways to learn and to grow. And I know that's by talking to other people, mentorships, it really does help. So.
Well, let me just say that it is so refreshing to see someone have that mindset. And, a lot of what you're saying, if you analyze it, aligns very well with what Lauren said. So I would love to bring, as we close this out, I would love to bring Lauren back if she can join us, so that we can just say, goodbye to you guys. And thank you, both of you, for being here and for being part of this. Kudos to you, Brittany. Lauren, once again, thank you so much. And to everyone that's watching, we will see you next week, and especially at the Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind on September 20th.
Enjoy, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Thalia. Southwest Florida Real Estate Mastermind Network event on September 20th is going to be over the top. We've got a great lineup of speakers, but when we announce those 2 secret signature speakers, it's going to blow everyone's mind. Hey, Lucy Quinones passing by to encourage you to join us at this next event. We have literally seen the growth and exponential growth of businesses, communities, leaders, people that have built relationships, people that are now at a whole different place in their business, in their life, in their careers, because of the spirit and the unity and the atmosphere that has been evolving at this event. This is not just another gathering. This is not just another let's get together and network. This is an experience, and I want you to be part of it at the next one. Click the link and join us.